Ah, my favorite bait in the world. Zman 4-inch diesel minnow. But, wait. What's that? Ah, improved 4-inch diesel minnow. It rattles. Let me show you how.
Face it like that.
Now, the 4-inch diesel minnow has always been my favorite lure, but I always wanted to improve it by giving it some sound, rattle. I mean, it wobbles, it wiggles, it has super action in the water, but to try to give it that one more little bonus, I've tried to put worm rattles in it. What I use is a 4mm or a 3mm glass worm rattle. I tried to find a way to attach it to the bait, but still preserve the action of the lure and have it to be durable. If you look inside, there's a little slot inside the diesel minnow for your hook. Well, inside that slot, this little 4mm or 3mm worm rattle fits perfect. Now, how do you keep it inside? Well, I used a couple of different techniques, but what I found was there's one glue that'll actually work pretty good on the Elastec. This is used to be Goop, but now it's called E6000. So what I do is I actually make this little chamber a little deeper, and I do it by heating it. Now I'm just going to warn you right now, this will burn you in a second. It'll cut your skin easily. This is a cauterizing tool that doctors use in surgery, but this little heat end I'll use to kind of slice into here gently, and you'll feel it burning. Do not hit your fingers. And just maybe 1/8 of an inch deeper to give that worm rattle a little deeper spot to stay in. So I'm going to try this here with my camera without burning myself, because this is a sketchy situation here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to butterfly it open a little bit and just burn a little bit here. You'll see it smoking. Just a little bit here. Now you want to be careful to keep the front of this channel open, so when your hook comes through and you Texas rig it, it doesn't change the way you rig it, and it doesn't change the action. So after I get this little channel burned in a little bit, I'm going to take a light bit of this E6000 and be in a ventilated area, because this stuff does have some fumes. And I'm just going to put a light amount in the area that I burned out to make it deeper. And I'm going to squish it a little bit to spread some of the glue around. I'm going to stick the worm rattle with the skinny end backwards. And I'm going to shove it in there as far as it could go. Push it in a little bit. And then put just a little tiny bit more glue on the outside here. You don't need a lot. And then I push it in and I kind of pinch it closed. And you could hold it here for a little while to get it to start to cure. And that'll work just fine. But what I do is I take some thread. I am a fly tyer. Take some fly tying thread and just lightly wrap it around the lure to hold the seam closed while the glue is drying. You don't want to make it tight because then you're going to deform the lure. And just some loose wraps gently to hold that rattle in place. And then just let it dry overnight, and the next morning you unravel this line and you're going to get a diesel minnow that has a rattle in it. This one's only the 3mm. I see the 4mm got a lot more noise, so I'm going to stick with the 4mm. I've fished these already. I've got tarpon bites on it, bass, and snook.